Hi y'all, it's Marcy again, and I want to talk to you tonight about who is going to be the one that preserves your life forever. And I just got to thinking of this today. I was in the shower and this come to me, and I thought, yeah, that's just like such a perfect example of this. And I got to thinking, if someone was out in the middle of the ocean and they were drowning, their boat had just capsized, they're out there, they're treading water with no life jacket on, and they see this big, huge ship in the distance, and they start yelling for help, 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 and they say, oh, that's my friend Marcy on this ship, she'll save me, here she comes, and of course here I come to save the day, I'm the hero, you know. And so I'm coming over there to try to save you. And I've got 3 life preservers on the boat with me. And I throw one to you to try to get it over top of you, and I miss. Well, it's quite a distance away, so I grab another one and I throw it to you. I miss again. Okay, the last shot. Okay, I throw you another one, and I miss again. What's going to be the option here? Okay? Are you going to just keep treading water? No, you're going to swim over to that life preserver and you're going to put it on yourself. That's going to keep you afloat. And that life preserver is Jesus. If it would have just been me in the scenario without a life preserver, well, you probably would have drowned. I'm just the one throwing it to you. You've got to be the one to put it on. Much like when someone witnesses to you and you don't listen. You know, I mean, that's going to be your option there. It's either sink or swim. I got to thinking, like, say you were out in the middle of the ocean, and this is before good old Marcy come along, and your good buddy Mr. Temptation comes pulling up in this big old fancy speedboat. And I'm kind of picturing Mr. Temptation as this guy with kind of like spiky hair and sunglasses on, kind of chewing gum, real cocky. But the real point of it is, you're sitting there yelling for help, 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 Mr. Temptation. And he goes to grab something. You think, oh, he's going to throw me a life preserver. Oh, he's going to save me. Mr. Temptation throws you an anchor. And when you grab it, you know what's going to happen? You're going to sink. You're going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. And that's just how sin is. Every time that temptation comes around, you got to know that the end result every single time is you're going to sink. And that heavy weight of sin, just like that anchor, temptation weighs like an ounce. When you go on and do the temptation, do the thing that's tempting you, that is such a heavy burden. The weight of that is so much heavier than the temptation itself. So I'm just telling you, just to reach up and let Jesus be your life preserver. You know, today I couldn't find my dictionary, and I called my mom and I asked her to look up a couple of things in the dictionary for me, and she's like, Marcy, I'm trying to get my chicken in the oven, and what is it? And so we got to laughing real hard and different things. And the definition for preserve, I asked her to look that up, and it says is to keep from harm and from danger and from evil, to protect and save. Also, you know, it had the definition in the dictionary, like it's to preserve food from spoiling. Well, just look at that. I mean, it's so bizarre how a word, you will take it and look at how that pertains to Jesus itself. You know, preserves from spoiling. When you don't have that preserve, Jesus, you're going, rot and spoil. Yeah, I mean, pretty blunt, but yeah, exactly that. And it says that he protects and saves just like Christ, And if you would, I want you to turn to Matthew 11:28 through 30. And it says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke fits perfectly, and the burden I give you is light.'" Look at that right there. My burden is light. A word that I also had my mom look up, and it says, "For my yoke fits you perfectly." And so I said, "Mom, go to that word for me, if you would." And it says it means to bind together. This is what yoke means. To bind together. A yoke of brotherhood. Marriage is a yoke that you're bonded together, where you're joined close as a pair. It also talks about a yoke, which is a long, kind of like a rod that hooks two oxen together when they're carrying something. Okay? If you look at that right there, it's like it carries something, two together. The one couldn't do it, but with Jesus, you and him can do it. And another definition it had for yoke was a bar that holds two pails of, water. You see in a lot of other countries they have bars that hook, and there's like two pails on each side. Okay, what's going to happen if one of the pails you don't have them? Okay, you're not going to be able to carry that. It's going to be all off-centered, and you're going to probably dump the water. It's not going to work out in your favor is what I'm saying. And that is much like it is when you don't have Jesus on this other side of you. When it's just you trying to figure your life out, well, try again, because that's not going to work. Another definition, it says it's a cross piece on a ship that steers the cables to the ship's rudders. And much like that, without that piece steering this huge, humongous ship, what's going to happen? Take that away, and what's going to happen? Well, you ever see the movie Titanic? Catastrophe. So what I'm saying is, without him steering the boat for you, again, your life is going to be in turmoil. And I see so many people that are grabbing for other things in this world to make them happy. And I'm telling you, without him, you're going to keep going around and around and around until you finally reach for him. Then your life's going to remain the same. And I love the saying, complain and remain, praise and be raised. And you can take that or leave it, but it's kind of like I was saying, I throw you the preserver, but you got to be the one to reach for it. Marcy's not the saver here. I might be the helper or the one that's trying to tell you, but you got to be the one to reach out for. I can't get this for you. You got to get it for yourself. Another thing where it talks about marriage is a yoke. It's together as one. And I want you to turn to Ephesians 31:33. It's 5:31 through 33. And this says, as the scriptures say, a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. This is a great mystery, but it is an illustration of the way Christ and the church are one. So again I say, each man must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. This is a bond like no other. You, your spouse, and Jesus are one person. And I know that if you are a new believer, that is just hard to grasp. You're all one person? Very, very much so. And if you put Jesus first, and then your spouse, and then yourself. I've posted this several times. You look at the word joy. J, Jesus first. O, others second, and yourself last. And that is the key to real joy in this life. And I just want you today to look at Jesus as your life preserver. I love him with all my heart, and I hope that you'll ask him in too. And I hope this helps someone today, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.